Om Gurubhyo Namaha. So this end of the 5th chapter, he gives an introduction to the 6th. Because the 6th is a Dhyana Yoga. The very name of the chapter is Dhyana Yoga. So he has to explain what is Dhyana. He gives as an introduction to the 6th chapter in 3 shlokas, just 3. 2 of them we have discussed in our, so that the leaving the external world, just the very process of meditation. This is partly common to both Upasana as well as Nididhyasana. Can you hear me? Okay. Partly, in fact, they made preparation for mic and speaker, but I can't use it unless they come. You can hear, okay. So, this preparation for meditation is same, whether for Upasana or for Vedantic meditation or Upasana type of meditation. The preparation, sitting, closing your eyes, all this is common. Only inwardly in your mind, what you do, that differs. Inwardly in the mind, what you do, that differs. So first he does the preparation, sparshan krutva bahirbahyan, leaving out the external world as outside. Means all the external objects, you leave them outside. It implies that you don't think of the external objects, either the events of past or the present or future. So you leave them outside. Generally, we carry them into our mind. We carry them, we think of them. So he says just to leave them outside where they are, so that mind will be relaxed. Second is chakshuschaiva abhyantare dhruva. And the attention of the mind, attention of the eyes also should not be in the world. One is mind's attention from the world. Second is that directly the present attention of the eyes. He says put your attention in between eyebrows. That is a yogic method, but Shankaracharya says that is one way yogis generally do. They just focus attention in between eyes. It causes a strain. You require some practice. But instead of that, other simpler way is close your eyes. Simply closing your eyes shuts down the external world. As when you close your eyes, you're just... I think the closing eye, instead of closing eyes, they advise attention in between the eyebrows, only because if close eyes, some people tend to sleep. So to avoid the sleep, he is suggesting even when you open your eyes, just don't pay attention to the external world, just as if you are looking at yourself alone. The idea is don't sleep, that's enough. Just switch off the external world and don't sleep. If these two, if you take into consideration, this is followed. So then pranapanav samaukritva. Next, the breathing. Generally when you walk around, the breathing will be fast, thinking, walking and doing something. When you sit in a posture, comfortable meditative posture, then the breathing takes a half minute or 1 minute or 2 minutes to slow down. And he says, you consciously breathe few times so that you also slow down. Sometimes they advise pranayama also. Pranayama that you know, if you don't know, you can learn. There are simple techniques. So pranayama does it, it purifies the inner prana. Prana means that inner vital organs are generally look very heavy. When you do little pranayama, you feel very light and comfortable. So, because the prana generally makes it dull or disturbed. Either it may make us dull or disturbed. When you are dull, you can't meditate because the mind will not be in a mood to meditate. Then if it is disturbed also, you can't meditate. So therefore, purify the prana, make it light. Pranapanau samau krutva nasabhyantara charino. Then regarding the sense organs and mind, control your sense organs, mind and thoughts, all the three. Means let the thoughts not wander about. In fact, meditation serves the two purposes. One is purification of the mind, second, concentration. Because mind has habitual wandering, because we have been using it. We use commonly the mind with many things. After that, next another. When the mind keeps on thinking about many things, one is it gets attached to them. It develops a taste for them, interest in them, attraction for them. That's one thing, or identification. Second is you keep on moving the mind from one thing to other. It becomes habituated for change. Mind loves to change alone. If you sit for meditation, whether upasana or for nididhyasana, Vedantic meditation or upasana type of meditation, when you just sit, you feel restless. Why restless? No, I mean not everybody, at least many people feel. Restless means you feel like opening your eyes and then, okay, it's enough of sitting, you want to do something. That's because mind is habituated to do something, continuously active state. When it is relaxed, first thing is it won't be relaxed. Second, if it gets a relaxation, still it keeps on thinking of many things. Many things about worldly things, that thing, this thing, what next I am to do, then what will happen about that. This is a habitual wandering of the mind, roaming of the mind. So one is the attachment, attraction, taste, interest in the worldly things and people, that you have to release. Mind has to be released from them. Second is its habitual wandering has to be given up, and it has to be made steady. Steady means when it is steady, you feel so relieved, so happy, so pleased with yourself. Therefore, it takes some time. You have to do practice for a few days or some months, daily for a while. Daily for a while, maybe half an hour to 1 hour. Or you start with 15 minutes, then stretch it to half an hour. If possible, you can go up to 1 hour. But in the beginning, just to 15 to 20 minutes, then average is half an hour. When you keep your body, sense organs, everything is relaxed, no working, then the mind keeps working. Even the mind's work also you drop off, you leave all the working and relax. Then that should become a habit with the mind. That old habit has to be removed. Old habit goes away. Daily you do it for a while. I think over a period of time, mind learns steadiness. This habit of steadiness will be useful even while reading or doing any work also. If mind gets the habit of steadiness, even working, doing also, you feel that mind without feeling restless, it is very comfortably staying in one thing. You want to read or you want to do something, mind will be mind cooperates very easily. It will stay in one thing for a long time. Otherwise, you just do for a short while, again mind wants to look for something else, and then something else you want. People want a diversion. We call in English diversion, entertainment, diversion. Because people, in fact, modern youngsters, modern life is encouraging too much of diversion, too much of entertainment. Because if you don't have entertainment, you feel bored. What is this bored? Because mind is restless. We keep on using, we never relax. So that relaxation, concentration, purification, these three are part of life, must be part of life. That's why in Upanayana, Sandhya Vandanam, you must have heard this thing. You give some initiation, some mantra japa, you give some mantra and ask him to do every day for half an hour. In the beginning, you feel it is restless, or sometimes it is so mechanical. I'm just to close the eyes for some time and then open my eyes. Nothing happens. You don't feel any change because that we do mechanically. It should not be mechanical, though it is mechanical in the beginning, but we should we should start developing a taste, a love for it. It happens only when you keep on applying your mind. You keep doing it over a period of time again and again and again, you start developing an inner taste for it. When you close your eyes and don't think of the external world and keep something engaging thing in you, either a sound of mantra or some form of God or some quality, three. Either a sound, you take some sound mantra or something, you just utter the sound and listen to the sound. The sound itself is designed in such a way that it gives you peaceful, relaxed. It is not a disturbing mind. Any mind, any mantra you take it, it's a very silencing, soothing sound. It produces soothing sound. You take either Ram, like that. So it is a very soothing sound it creates. So either concentrate on the sound or concentrate on a very beautiful form. Either natural form, you see some tree, some sky or a tree or some mountain or some forest or some river, even that is okay. Because it's a natural beauty it should be. It should not bring any ego, any frustration, any human individual or anything, which is just an impersonal thing. You can meditate on some nature also, or you can form it, or you can do some kind of your Pauranik, your Ishtadevata, Devi, Shiva, or that's why we see our gods, the forms of God also like nature only. Like nature in the sense they are impersonal beings. They incorporate the beauty, they incorporate an impartiality, no prejudice, no anger, no frustration with anybody, a spontaneous and natural spontaneous love, and also a spontaneous blessing. So this form of God implies, that's why the color, their ornaments, etc., they all imply a simple love and peace and joy. That's why we select these forms. Either you select a form of God, or you select some natural beauty, or one sound, or another is select some quality like love, compassion, or peace. These words you see, peace. You meditate on the very idea of peace, or compassion, or idea of love. Isn't a very impartial love, or idea of silence. Some people meditate on the very idea of silence, just silence, or the very idea of peace. This is only mentally imagined an idea or a feeling, let us say, a feeling. You can meditate on certain feelings also, but those feelings should be positive feelings, not anger and other things. So on positive feeling. So you can meditate on any one of these. You choose one and then do it for a few minutes. Then if you want, you may change it. But in the beginning, it should be around 5 to 10 minutes. You just to meditate on one of these things. Either sound or form or we say some kind of a feeling, some thought. So which inspires a concentration and a relaxation. Which inspires a concentration, relaxation. It holds you. It holds you for a length of time. And also, without much strain, without much struggle, you should be able to retain your mind on one thing. Otherwise, you have to forcibly do it. More you force, that itself becomes again another distraction. So, you choose that's why generally our guru chooses, our tradition chooses. You can choose, but better they choose. Because if we choose yourself, our will is such that what you choose, you immediately drop it, you want to choose another one. So if somebody chooses for you some guru, you accept it out of love and respect for him, and you continuously do it. If I do myself, I choose it now, and after 1 minute I would like to change. Again change. This too much of change also again distracts. No steadiness, more will be unsteady. Therefore we say, you leave it to Guruji and he will select it for you. So there is a respect, there is a reverence for his choosing for you. That also helps. So therefore, this thing, the mind, sense organs and intellect. Intellect also, intellect generally thinks of two things. One is immediate ideas and then immediate thoughts about worldly things. Intellect thinks through things. One is immediate ideas about things or some past memories. They come and disturb. Second is some ideas you have, some plans and ideas. Some plans and ideas you have. They also come and disturb. Third thing is some ideology, either religious ideology, social ideology, political ideology, economic ideologies. These ideologies also condition mind to think in one particular way alone and not the other. So here we just set aside thoughts, ideas, ideologies. All of them set aside. We go to the natural state of mind, the very, a mind or intellect which is molded into a particular shape is an idea. You mold your intellect in a particular idea. You shape it into a particular idea. Mold it into a shape. That is an idea or ideology or something. Here, we just leave all those things. You come to the natural state of mind. It's just a natural. Therefore, you handle it at the level of intellect, at the level of emotion. At the level of emotion, mind also needs to be channelized, purified, and channelized and controlled. Because otherwise, mind, if it has violent emotions, or if it is under the pressure of emotion, also it gets disturbed, isn't it? If it is under the pressure of emotion, it gets disturbed. Therefore, you have to make it a natural emotions. Natural means not violent, spontaneous, natural emotions. So they don't disturb you. Then sense organs also. If sense organs are restless in the sense you feel a pressure inside that you can't sit. Even sitting, one has to practice. Even sitting for a while, so at least in case of some people, even sitting without doing anything, we generally see the children. In our childhood, they would tell us, they make us to sit like that, and our teacher would speak. And generally, you see children, they catch hold of something, or if there is a grass, take a grass and then try to break it. Or some stone is there, you keep on playing it. They say, we don't want this restlessness. Don't touch anything. Therefore, when you sit, you are not supposed to touch anything. In fact, this moving hands also is considered as a very restlessness, traditionally. See, this has become a modern way. When we speak, you keep on acting and all. Our traditional people say this is restlessness. You are not supposed to move your hands. You go to that very orthodox people, they just sit like and speak. They never move their hand. Because that is a sign of your rest. Your mind is restless. You just sit like that. Even while speaking, don't move your hands. Little bit moving is okay. I feel in between, neither of extreme. If you don't move any hand, that's also okay. But sometimes you have to explain, because if the person is at a distance, the voice is not clear, then sometimes it helps left and right or some up and down. Sometimes when you have to indicate, you use your hand also. But if that moving of the hand is too much, like our cricketers, I don't know, your Indian cricketers, you see them? In interview, when you talk, my God, he only dances. So much moving. So much of moving is also unnecessary. And totally emotionless also, you only have to see lips alone, nothing else. That is also another extreme. A little bit where you need, according to the idea, when you are explaining some idea, to clarify that idea, you may move a little bit. To clarify the idea. But there, for their idea and movement, there is no relation. Our cricketers, I think generally we see the cricketers a lot. Our Indian cricketers, they move the hands so much. Even to simple, you put a question, you will move all over. And that shows too much of restlessness. So he says, your body should learn to be relaxed. Every cell of your body, let it learn. You should not feel any pressure that move your hand, move your leg. No, you just feel relaxed. Let your whole body be tuned to be relaxed. Okay, so that your mind will be detached. Because when my body is active, mind will be behind it, isn't it? When body is active, the mind will be behind it. Then when body is active means is about to act. Even just about to act also, body is active. Even just now you have walked and come back. You're sitting, but even then, even when you are sitting, just before a few seconds ago you are walking, that pressure you feel it. It is there in the body. Body and nervous system and body, some kind of movement is there. And that movement affects your mind also. Therefore, we say, when you sit in a meditation, take 1 or 2 minutes and you make auto-suggestion, for a while I am going to sit now. Now I don't have to go out and then walk or do something. For a while I am just to be relaxed. Make an auto-suggestion. Mind, subconscious mind understands. Now you don't make any sankalpa. You don't use your will, make any ideas, plans and etc. You have no thoughts now. You have to be relaxed. When your subconscious mind gets a signal, now this is the time for relaxing. When the subconscious mind gets relaxed, body gets relaxed, nervous system also gets relaxed, then prana also gets relaxed. So all these things we have to work. Therefore, for a brahmachari, for a student, he is initiated into mantra, and every day mornings at the time of sunrise, at the time of sunset, you can see all these people. If you have here in the evening, you can see them, all the fellows are sitting somewhere here and doing their own some rituals. Mornings also they have done already, and evenings they do. And noon also they do it, all these boys. We do our own meditation. So that is the time. So it is a routine for us. Everybody suppose it, the time comes, then nobody talks. There will be silence and we'll be just relaxing. So this one day relaxation is not enough, because inner mind, the subconscious mind also has to learn. So it takes a few days or months. If you keep on doing over a period of time, you'll see the depth of relaxation is more compared to the preliminary days. So that's what he says. Yatendriya mano buddhihi. Indriya manaha buddhihi. Indriya is sense organs. Manaha is mind. Mind means emotions. Buddhi is thoughts. At these 3 levels, you have to learn the purification, relaxation, and concentration. Okay. Purification means, purification is removing attachment, habitual attachment to it. The addiction, attachment, all these things have to be relieved. Mind has to feel detached and natural and spontaneous, because attachment is unnatural. Any given person or a given object, a given situation. The nature of the mind is like a mirror. It doesn't get attached to anything. It remains natural and spontaneous. And then relaxation, because it shouldn't feel any pressure. Neither mechanical, nor dullness, nor pressure. It should feel neither pressure nor dullness. Therefore, it should feel a natural enthusiasm. Not a forced enthusiasm, a natural enthusiasm. So we call it a relaxed. Third is concentration, because it should not feel distracted. Distraction means it wants to another thing, then another. It keeps on jumping from one thing to another. So these 3 have to be handled. So purification, relaxation, and concentration. This is still preparation only. This is not real meditation. This is still preparation only. Real meditation is after doing this, what you do, that is meditation. So whether it is upasana type of meditation or Vedantic meditation, that is contemplation on Atma Tattvam. So these are the 2 real meditations. But what we are doing, all this is preparation. In fact, in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it talks 75% of preparation only. Preparation of meditation alone, it talks a lot. The real meditation consists of, I think, 3 or 4 shlokas, maybe 4 or 5, that's all. Main meditation is talked within 4 or 5 shlokas, because there is nothing much to do in meditation. It is preparation. If you prepare, the last step of meditation is very easy to do that. So if it is not prepared, then the meditation itself won't work. It becomes forced, or you just sit for a while And then afterwards you open your eyes, nothing will happen. You don't feel any change except maybe a little relaxed, that's all. Except a little relaxation, people don't feel much change at all. That's because the preliminary preparation is not properly done. So this preparation, not only in sitting, your whole life requires to be prepared. Your food habits, your lifestyle, interaction with people, how you take life, your values, your heart, feelings, all this has to, therefore, preparation for meditation is to, one is preparation for the meditation practice itself. Another is preparing the life itself. Life interaction, relationship, thoughts, feelings, there at that level you have to prepare. That is called Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga is also a preparation for meditation. It is an external preparation. Then sitting on the meditation seat still is an inner preparation, isn't it? So these are the two levels, Bahiranga Sadhanam, Antaranga Sadhanam. This is what we call in Sanskrit. Bahiranga, external. This is Antaranga, internal. So to be able to do meditation, some kind of a change in lifestyle, your outlook, your attitude, your feelings, your values, these also have to be changed in the beginning. So therefore, we just don't give meditation to anybody, come and just to do it. They feel it is just sitting for a while. What do you get in that? That's why they just give some japa mantra and ask them to do. Do means what to do. So think of it. Okay, I think of it. Then what? You just don't know what to do. Beginning, ending, nothing is there. Just give mantra and do it. So all this has to be taught. So this is first thing is about life and relationship. Relationship with your events of life. Events of life, objects of life, the values, your relationship, all these things have to be corrected. So a certain change of lifestyle, certain attitudes. Then sitting in meditation, relaxation, like prana has to be relaxed, mind has to be relaxed, that. Then regarding the mantra, you have to know the mantras are also different type of mantras. Some mantras are what you call devotional mantras. Some mantras are sound mantras. Some mantras are meaning mantras. Some mantras are vibration mantras. See, tantric mantra, devotional mantra, that is a Pauranic mantra, and then what you call Vedic mantra, and we have got all like this various mantras. Even mantras also work in their different aspects. You take for example Vedic mantras. Vedic mantras come by that injunction. Injunction means order. Shastra gives an order. This is mantra meant for you. You take in faith. There the faith counts important. That your Shastra says, Veda says, or Guru says, only you take it on faith, so that faith itself works there. Then the second Pauranic mantras work on the devotion, that emotional feeling for your Devata, Rama, Krishna, Shiva, or Devi, whomever you take. Then there in Pauranic mantras you need to know something about your Devata. That's why we say Pauranic stories you teach them. Story means that your Devata's mahima, your greatness, their qualities, her compassion, her love, and he or she, whatever, God or goddess, so that how he takes care of his devotees, how he created the world. So to get some idea, with that idea you get a feeling. So that feeling, devotional feeling, has to be woken up in you. So because it is a meditative, it is a devotional meditation. In devotional meditation, the devotion for your Devata has to be awakened. Once it is awakened, live in that meditative, in that devotional feeling, retain it. So if it slips down, again awaken. Slips down or it becomes dull, again wake up and live in that devotional feeling. So it is a Pauranic or a devotional meditation. Another is Vedic mantras. Vedic mantras, in faith, Guru gives you, you take it. The mantra has, because in faith you take it. So another is sound mantras. Sound mantras, the very sound itself has certain beauty. You can see them, certain relaxing sound. Some certain words have got relaxing sound. Certain have got some kind of the sound itself produces some kind of effect. You can see them, different sounds like music. In music, see them ragas, they call them. Each raga, the sound in certain pattern produces certain effect on us. That's why we say we have got different emotion. For each emotion, we call the Navarasa, the 9 rasas. In each emotion, there is one raga. One is a very soothing raga. One relaxes. One is a relaxed mind, it disturbs. It can do both the ways. So one sound pattern, you put them, each sound pattern, so there are different patterns, so that those sound patterns will awaken some kind of feeling. Some they kill you, they create a pity in you. Some they create compassion in you. Some create anger in you. Some create confidence in you. They create confidence. Certain sound patterns, certain raga, they create confidence. Some people arouse very, very anger in you, like that. So different feelings they arouse, sound patterns. So they are all sound meditation. There the music and raga will help you. The sound patterns. So one is the Vedic mantras, second is devotional mantras, third is sound mantras, then the fourth is the tantric mantras. Tantric mantras may combine one of these, or they may combine, but combination also different. What percentage? In some meditation, devotion is more. In some people, not devotion. They give some kind of a mystic power which Guru transfers. Say they have got Kundalini Shakti, they have it. They give some vibrations. The Guru himself invokes his own vibrations because of his own meditation. As he touches or he looks at you, you must have felt some vibrations in certain temples, certain yogis, or even the Ramanashram. As you enter, you sit there, you feel something is flowing through you. You don't know what is. You can't explain it. What is it? You don't know. You cannot explain it. Verbally, you can't explain it. No language can explain it. Something you feel, some change happens to you. You just sit like that. And something moves within you. And it is some kind of inexplicable, a flowing in energy. Something flows through you. So this is what they call Kundalini Shakti. So Kundalini. So in Tantric, this is what they use it. So when Tantric mantra, as they give, the very initiation touches you. You feel that something is flowing through you, something is moved you. And thereafter, whenever you think of the mantra, you feel different. You feel different, something moving within you. I don't know, even I find it very difficult to explain. Only when you experience, you understand. Very difficult to explain. Because moving means what? Where? Your blood circulation? No. Mind? No. Then what is it? There is something deeper in you. You feel that something vibrating within you. So this is the Tantric. 4 ways we have got it. And this 4 is not watertight compartments. Some gurus combine these 2, 3, 4. Some people combine all 4. It all depends upon guru and your mind, your own tradition. It is between you, guru and you. It is between you and your guru. How he initiates, how much you do it, you can adopt it, you can take it up. So Vedic mantras are more depend upon Guru's Agnya. Agnya means this works more as like a master and servant relationship. Master orders out of faith in him, out of respect for him. He said it, I accept it. No questioning. So this is just a faith and surrender. He said it and I accept it. So this is called, the Vedic mantras are accepted on this thing. So devotional mantras more by your emotion. Emotion is purified, awakened, purified and redirected, channelized towards your God. As you think of your devatas, your God's form, color, quality, whatever quality, as you think of him, you are filled with your emotion, filled with your devotion, that you are not you. It fills your heart and your mind moves towards it and goes, and your mind won't be under your control. It just surrenders to him. But here you have to watch. The emotion should be purified and properly channelized. Otherwise, that emotion will become wild and it will create violent reactions also. These emotional, devotional mantras have to be properly channelized. Because the same emotion can be a positive emotion or negative emotion. You will become violent, you start doing many things. Some of them religious emotions, you can see them. Worked up feelings. You work up the feelings and then start creating problems to society and the world and all that. Or you say, my God alone is superior, other God is there, you keep on fighting with other gods. These are all negative emotions. So because there is no guru properly to guide them, or the guru himself did not know, or you think that this violent emotion alone is God. This is devotion, this is religious emotion. They think this violent alone is religion. They don't know there is something deeper one which really purifies that they don't know, or probably you don't know what happened. This is what goes on. Therefore, we should create a basic general society, a society of culture. In all these four, devotional meditation, or the Vedic meditation, Vedic mantra meditation, or what you say, tantric, or even yogic, and all these things, sound. All these meditations, one common principles are there. Anything used negatively, it creates violent negative thoughts, negative feelings, fanaticism, ego, fanaticism, and then hurting others, antisocial feelings. This is commonly bad in any kind of meditation. That's why a society is a good society where any negative in any of the things is not accepted. You follow any of the meditations, any of the things, but in all these things should be positive. If it is negative, common man understands. In India, even illiterate understand. If one fellow says, God has possessed me, appeared to me in my dream, therefore I have these thoughts, they will see. As long as you follow the basic human values, basic normal common sense values, social values, if you don't go against them, they will listen to you. If you provoke anything wrong, my God told me like this, that you must do this thing. Those fellow, even ordinary man, even he came with a devotion, he will himself will shout at you, hey, you are not talking God, you are wrong, we don't accept you. They won't accept people. So whenever you have a negative thoughts, negative emotions, negative ideas, nobody will accept. So that kind of a basic social culture has to be created. Then only you can protect from these negative people. Otherwise, you think that it is my God is like that. Who are you to question? This is my God and my thoughts. If you say your God and your God says one thing, that God says something, then people quarreling. So there should be basic values, basic standard. Anything negative can't be accepted as religious or spiritual. So that social culture we have to create it, and it is a job of government, job of every one of us in the society. This basic thing you have to standard. Any illiterate man, educated man, or a atheist or theist, this basic human values are common for all. Nobody should violate it. You can go advanced higher level, but you can't say that violent, my God told me to kill you. Now this nobody can accept it. No religion, even common man, illiterate in India will not accept it. If my God told me to kill you, means this is not God, this is your own ego. Your ego is talking, there is no God in it, that's all. Nobody will listen. Because that's a basic, that's why we have got different tradition, different gurus, different books. But all of them, these principles are common. So everybody, they accept these are all common principles. So you go to any guru, any pravachana you hear, and they agree with these common principles. Therefore, if any new guru comes, tries to say, provoke any negative feeling, they say, this is not God, your ego is talking, we won't accept it. People just boycott and go away. And that fellow will come to senses and he will change. From tomorrow onwards, he will change. So this is just by boycotting, he is pressurized to change. Otherwise, if you legally start protecting it, then it creates problem. That's why in India, in spite of many traditions, many gods, many temples, many books, we are surviving because there are certain common principles which everybody has to follow. Nobody can question it. So only when you go to higher level, okay, there will be some differences. Have it, we don't have it. The basic tree is one. Then the branches, okay, let there be any number of branches. You have your own branch, but basic tree should not be violated. The basic principle should be good. Therefore, all saints have to be humble. Therefore, any spirituality should not provoke ego, should not provoke negative feelings, hatred, negative feelings, hatred, ego, all these things, frustration should not provoke. They should make you humble, confident, positive feelings, positive ideas, As long as they encourage these positive feelings and ideas, we accept whatever tradition, whatever God, whatever you follow. But this should be underlying common to all. Common principles for all meditation, all puja, all japa, everything. For all religious, all spiritual, this is basic. No violation. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult to handle. You can't control anything. No law can control. No society. They say it is my religion, even law should permit. If law permits, this fellow becomes violent, then nobody can control him. And we are protecting only asuras. That's why we say asura. Asuratvam is rejected by all traditions, all gurus, all sampradayas, all people. Then you have something basic, common human life. Then you may teach something advanced, but common life should be common. Nobody should violate it. Therefore, so here, this thing. So so first, as I told you, preparation. After preparation is lifestyle preparation, your relationship, your attitude, your interaction. That's one, attitude change. Second is the sitting in a meditation, sense organs, prana, body, mind, all these things in a posture. Then I think in 6th chapter is going to say about your sleeping and eating habits also it talks of. Your eating habits also should be very balanced. Your eating also neither overeating nor totally fasting, neither too much sleeping nor too much waking up. It should be very balanced, healthy body, healthy mind and things. It advises. It's going to say, we will explain there when it comes. So it should be very balanced life. And then interaction with people also. Neither you provoke others, nor you get provoked by others. If others talks illogically, very violently, you handle it peacefully. Without getting provoked, you handle him. You tell him what you are telling is wrong, but you don't get provoked. However he is provoked, you don't get provoked. This is what very important say. Therefore, yasmanno dvijate loko, lokanno dvijate chayah. 12th chapter he says, neither you provoke others, any negative feelings, nor you get provoked others. Even if other people are violent, very angry, you will never get provoked. You remain cool and with your logical, relaxed mind you answer. You handle him that way. You don't get provoked. That's important thing. So these are certain basic things everybody has to learn. Any meditation technique, any sadhana, any devotion. Just now I told you four are in one way. Another is combination. Our people, our gurus, Indian gurus, do combinations also. Two ways you can see them. Some guru talks of his own tradition, his own sadhana method, that's all. He doesn't know others. Some people talk of more than one or two. They combine. Some people talk of many things also. Shankaracharya talks of many things in Shankara Bhashya. For sake of tradition, you talk of all these four. So whichever suits the person, you can adopt it and use it. But once you adopt one thing, stick to it. Don't keep on changing. Every day if you keep on changing, that again creates restlessness, a disturbance. You take one thing and then one or two combination and then continue it. So, okay. So this way, so one is external preparation. Second is the body, mind and sense organ. Then the actual meditation comes there. Okay. In that actual meditation, just now we told these four. These four are useful in Upasana type of meditation. I am telling Upasana type of meditation because this, in fact, there is another way. There are yogic meditations also. Yogic meditation, dharana, they do that chakra. Centers you call them. Chakra here, chest chakra and etc. 6 chakra, shat chakra. They concentrate on chakras. These are all different ways. They are yogic also. So these are different ways, different methods are there. You can use one of them or combine of 2 or 3 as you like. As you like means it's not personal liking as your guru says. Not personal means you don't know which one to combine and how to combine. All the combination goes wrong. You can't combine yourself. You have to depend on guru. You like means this is our Indian style of time. You like means it is guru. You like means your guru's way. That's how we say. Not your individual liking, because we have some tradition, so we understand. When you say whichever you like means whichever your tradition, your guru tells. This is what is implied in it. So whichever your guru tells and whichever your way, your tradition. Let's say we have got a family tradition. or your guru's tradition. Each person belongs to something or other. Nowadays I see the modern English medium fellows, they don't belong to any tradition. It's very surprising to see. Even when I was born, we had some traditions. Some methods of sadhana, some japa, some meditation we had. They would ask us, what is your family? You tell this thing, they understand, you are of this. You follow this meditation, this japa, this puja, they know it. So we always, a family identification, that's why we have got a caste. The caste identification represents this sadhana methods. When you ask what caste you belong, oh this thing, oh you are a Brahmana. Even the Brahmana, which area, which this thing, oh so and so this, then you understand. So therefore, we ask this caste because so that you know what tradition you come from, what background you already have, what meditation, what puja you are already doing, so that next guiding becomes easy. For the modern people, that's why Westerners, they say, come on, you tell us. They listen to online this thing, they directly listen, they put the question. I said, to be able to answer, I should know what background, what meditation you already learnt, what guru, what you have got, I should know that accordingly I can guide you. They just put a question, you answer. I say, I can't answer like that, I should know. Otherwise, if I say something and you have already gurus or some initiation, it clashes. It should not clash. I have to advise you in keeping with you already, you have some guru, some tradition. Otherwise, why should clash one guru with another guru? It's not meant for clashing. It's not meant for clashing. We'll keep that in view and add it, or the same thing we'll explain to you. If you already have initiated, then we'll explain the same thing accordingly, we'll advise you. Otherwise, I should not create a conflict in you. So people just don't say anything. They say, okay, I'm from so-and-so country, they say. I'm from England. England doesn't explain. In India, caste means you explain. You come from, generally we say, you come from, nowadays it is going away. In those days, if you say you come from this area, you come from Kashi, you come from this town, you come from this caste, this Brahmana, you understand, this is your background, then we can easily advise. That's why we ask all these things. Nowadays, politicians are creating caste as more political event now. We say caste is a religious in the sense, what rituals, what shastra you have studied, what sadhana you have done, what guru, that can be understood from this thing. That's why we ask. It is not politics or anything. It is just to understand so that we can guide you properly accordingly. Now they made it everything into politician, because once Britishers came, after Britishers have gone, these modern politicians, Indian politicians have made everything politics. Now the caste they made politics, religion politics, gurus politics, everything they politics. Now you take the name, they misinterpret. It is becoming a problem now these days. Politicians, wherever they go, they create only problems. So, but we ask them. We ask them, some people feel offended, why are you asking about caste? I say, we are not asking about politics, we are talking about this religious guidance needs. So that we have some of the moderners also, either modern Indians or some foreigners, they without giving any background, they just say, I want this thing. I say, how am I to tell you? Have you heard Vedanta? I say, I studied the book. They say, studying the book is not enough. Have you studied from Guru? What book you have studied? How many books? Which book? Then I can understand, oh, you have this much of background. Then accordingly, I can next guide you. If you have not studied, then I can guide you at certain level. So this much is required. They just refuse to help. And I say, how am I to say? And I say, it's very difficult to answer. So in Facebook, somebody asks, oh, I cannot come to India. I want to study Vedanta. So I'm telling me, I'm Vedantin. They will brand Vedantin. I say, branding Vedantin doesn't help us to understand you. So I say, I'm Vedantin. Vedantin means it doesn't make anything. It doesn't give me any picture. How am I to guide you? I'm Vedantin. That doesn't help me. So you require little more details. Then, we understand here that you have got this mind and this thinking, this meditation, this sadhana. You have done it. Then accordingly, we can guide you, we can help you. So that it will not clash. My purpose is it should not clash. It should not create problems to you. Otherwise, I say something, you already have something else, it clashes. That's simple reason. So they just say something, and I say, no, you need a personal contact, you personally talk to them. Then we'll put some more questions, you give details some more. Sometimes we put questions also, they don't help us. They tell some other answer. I went to that guru, I went to this guru. I say, just a name of the guru is not enough. That guru may be unfamiliar guru. So that guru, what did he teach? What did you learn? How much you practiced it? And how did you go ahead, or you got stuck, or you find it that it doesn't suit you? We have to know. If it doesn't suit you, either you made a mistake or the very mantra doesn't suit you, then we have to change the mantra if it doesn't suit you. Or probably mantra is right, in your practice something went wrong, then okay, you can retain the mantra but you change the practice this way. This many things we have to keep in mind. So they don't give any picture at all. So how do you advise them? It's all complicated. It's all complicated. So it's very difficult to guide. So therefore, if you just say this thing, this background, I have done this thing, then we can. Some people have little, as I told you, that musical mind. Some people have little devotional mind. Some people have very logical thinking and then meditative mind. So different people have certain personality types also. Accordingly, we have to guide the person. Some people, I think one of you known people only. Yeah, some Italy only. Some girl came here. He sat here. And she loved a lot of music and all those things. Indian music, she liked it. So for them, that music also helps them in their meditation, in their bhajana, in their kirtana. So we have to include that. If you ignore it, they won't be able to practice it. That has to be included. So like this, each person's, some artistic people, when they do puja meditation, you have to add that. So that helps. You see, our pujas are like some art alone. They give you a lot of art, expression for your art. So therefore, they imagine your God and your bhakta and your emotion, all this in very artistic way. That helps him. That helps him to concentrate, purify, and go into the depth of it. That becomes easy. So the art sublimates him and purifies him further. So like that, there is so much of complexity in human nature, and in the various ways, all these things have to be taken into consideration. Or if a person doesn't have any background, this is another way we have seen him. Person has not gone to any guru, not learnt anything. He's a simple man. He's a good person, very simple man. Then if he doesn't have anything, then we can start from scratch. We can start from beginning. Then we can tell him right now, we can just watch a little bit his nature, his thinking, his thing, and then we start something newly. So it works for him. Otherwise, you see, in India, problem is, you go to any guru, they won't look at your background, they won't ask you, they'll give you some mantra, take it. You go to another guru, he'll give you another mantra, take it. Another guru, he'll give you another mantra, take it. You keep on accumulating 3 or 4 mantras. You don't know what to do with them. They come and ask me, Swamiji, he gave me this mantra, that guru gave me this mantra, this guru gave me this mantra. What am I to do? What am I to do? This is very difficult to do. Because you don't know where to start, and you get all this clash. They clash. Therefore, that's not the way. When you take one mantra or one sadhana, do it. If it doesn't suit you, or if it doesn't suit your mind, then change it and take another one and then continue. So that way it has to be done. Otherwise, they just pick up and then they just don't know where to start. It's very difficult. So I have to explain all these things because this is what is complicated these days. Earlier in India also a little bit getting complicated these days. Earlier we would have some tradition, mainly our parents. Parents themselves is a guru. My father was a guru, even my mother was guru, and then they would teach certain things and we learn. If you tell your family name, your family tradition, this gotra, this thing, we understand this what you already have it. So next guru would take the next step. It becomes easy. When we came to our ashramas for Vedanta, we already have all this background. We didn't have, it was very easy. Next step we went away easily. Because whatever we learned, the preliminary steps all at home. Now these modern boys come, they just don't have any family background. We have to teach everything right from the beginning here. You find even these boys also. These boys are English medium boys. They just don't have any background, family background. Our generation was different. India also is becoming America or Europe. It is becoming like that. So everything starts from beginning. Just don't know, as if he is an atheist, freshly is born in the world. As a fresh human being born in the world, you have to start everything newly. So therefore here, yatendriya manobuddhihi, then munihi. So these 4, either sound meditation or devotional or some tantric or some yogic, these things are upasanas. Upasana also is required for purification, for all those things. But a Vedantic is much different. All these things prepare your mind, purify your mind. Then the Vedantic is self-observation, self-enquiry is Vedanta. Vedantic meditation is a continuation of Vedantic Shravana and Manana. You have to first listen and do some self-thinking, self-vichara, self-enquiry. If you have done some Vedanta, not reading books. Reading books, okay, it will give you some concept. If you have done the reading also as a Vedanta vichara, if you have done Vedantic reading books or listening to Guru, so again the listening and reading books are two types. One is just as a study philosophy to get a conceptual understanding of Vedanta. They study or listen and read books. But you may get concept, but that doesn't help Vedanta. If you do it as a vichara, you must have heard my Sugama talks and etc. How each talk is only, it's not just explaining the idea. Idea is known to you, but you are only probing within into you. You are inquiring within into you. So the point by point, you go deeper. You just avoid this anatma and just stay as anatma. So the very Vedantic listening or Vedantic reading itself is a vichara, a self-inquiry, a probing, an investigation within you. So that investigation, how to do itself, you have to get it by listening to Vedanta. So after listening for some time, you get a basic clarity. What is Atma, what is Anatma, what is Avidya, and then what is my inwardness, how to look at it, all those things you have to get it. And after listening for some time, then you get a depth of it. You get some kind of a glimpse into it. Then still you need further clarity. Then you sit on your own again, you reflect upon it. We call mananam. What you listen from Guru's mind, you do little reflection. Reflection means with a concentration, you do again deeply into yourself. After that, then the third stage comes nididhyasana. So this Vedantic meditation presupposes certain preliminary shravana from Guru, some little your own reflection, like avastatraya viveka, that is watching your three states, watching your how consciousness is common underlying to three states, how states are limited, how the time and space and world is within the state, how one state is changing, replacing another and leaving out the sakshi there. This not only listening, you have to inwardly watch how you remain sakshi and states are only fluctuating and sakshi is underlying to all the states. This you have to do a little bit within you. That is a manana, reflection. Then comes the Vedantic meditation. Vedantic meditation or nididhyasana. Okay. Some people come and say, teach me directly Vedantic meditation. You can't teach Vedantic meditation. Vedantic meditation is a continuation of your Shravana and Marana. Even here, traditional people would know it. Traditional people had all this background. They would get something. These modern people I am seeing, the modern educated people, they just come, one person came here. He came with a recommendation of our committee member, our president, our ashram president. And he says, Swamiji, will you teach him? And he says, no, I am not interested in teaching, he says. And he says, Swamiji, you teach him. And he says, I say, what is your background? How do you know you are interested in Vedanta? And this president says, Swamiji, will you teach him, please? I say, are you interested in Vedanta? What do you want? What do you want actually? And he says, I am not interested in your talks. I can read books myself. You teach me nididhyasana, he says. I said, directly nididhyasana, how can I teach you? You don't know what is what. And he says, I can read books myself. You teach me nididhyasana. He stayed there for 3 months or 6 months. Afterwards, his wife passed away. There is nobody at home to cook and give him food. Therefore, he came to ashram, not out of any Vedanta interest or anything. And his daughter has gone to America. For some time, probably, I don't know how long. Now the daughter, probably son-in-law, came back to India. And now he stayed there for 6 months. He says, no, Swamiji, I am going home. Going home? Your sannyasa Vedanta is over. What is this? He says, my daughter has come from America. You can see his face is so happy that he going back to his daughter. I say, your Vedanta is enough. Go away. This is enough for you. He just came for a time, pass for a few days. Now, such a person, can we teach Vedanta? It is all ridiculous. He is not interested. He just wants to while away the time, spend time. He says, why do you waste our time? People come like this because sannyasi is easily available. You teach us something. We just spend some time here. That's a waste of time. You don't do that. You learn something, you're walking, you go there somewhere and do something. People have chatting friends you may have here, find out somebody, a chatting friend, and you can waste your time. This is different. So, Upasana purifies the mind, fixes the mind, and also enlarges the mind. That means a narrowness of the mind it removes. Then the Vedantic understanding, Vedantic deeper thinking begins. Okay? That is a self-observation. That's in self-observation. It is only purely understanding. Whole world is only a thought. Now you come to the consciousness which is a vaster one. So the world and worldly objects, time and place and you and me, all this is a part of the waking state. And that again, waking state goes away dream, then dream and waking, both of them disappear. So these states mean only consciousness state, states of consciousness alone. You come to the consciousness where world is only nothing but you alone. It is not separate from you. There is only one vast consciousness, self-existing. Even this process of meditation in the beginning is a part of it. Later, even this meditation, you and the world, they all become one truth, one consciousness. So you reach ultimately that point. And that last stage is a nididhyasana. So therefore, it requires a lot of shravana, manana, then nididhyasana works. And this is the inner meditation alone. The earlier preparation, sitting and relaxing, is common to both. Whether upasana or nididhyasana is both. But inwardly, in the upasana and nididhyasana, there is a difference which others cannot see. Both of them are closing their eyes and sitting for a while. Others would not recognize it. What is happening inside your mind, how do they know? Whether you are doing upasana or nididhyasana, others can't recognize. Unless you tell, you can't recognize. So that changes, it changes your outlook. There is a difference in it. So your whole understanding changes. Therefore he says, Munir Moksha Parayana. Since this is a nididhyasana, a muni, a contemplative, a nididhyasana, moksha parayana, he is interested only in a total freedom of jiva. Total removal of ajnana, he wants complete freedom, nothing else. He is not interested in anything, any achievement, any material, any religious, any occult. Not interested in occult achievement, no religious achievement, no worldly achievement. He wants just a total freedom of Atma. Vigatecha bhaya krodaha. He is totally free from ichcha, bhaya, krodha. And he, such a person, is free. So for such a person, in the last shloka I'll just say today, and then 6th chapter will begin tomorrow. Okay. Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. With this meditation, what is the point you reach, the truth which you reach? In the last shloka of the 5th chapter, he's talking about that nature of Atma, which is bhoktaram. That means, bhokta means sakshi here. This language is a very peculiar language here, because the same word has a different meaning according to the context. If a word is used in ritual, you take according to the ritual. If it is used in upasana, meditation, there you give a different. If it is a bhakti shastra, the same word has got one meaning. If it is Vedantic meditation, Vedantic nididhyasana, then you have a different meaning. So the same word, according to the context of the shastra, has connotes different meaning. Here, bhoktaram yajnatapasam. One who is a sakshi of all the rituals, all the worldly activities, all your mind, thoughts, feelings. It is a witness of everything. Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. Ishvara word in Vedantic sense is different, in Upasana sense is different, in ritual it is different. That you have to see the difference. So here is Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is a Ishvara of all lokas. Loka means states, waking state, dream state, and all these states. He is an Ishvara of all the 3 states. He is underlying truth. He is the truth underlying all the states. That means he himself is stateless. States are only appearances of one stateless truth. So, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Suhrudam, he is not away from you, he is just intimate to you. He is inseparable with you, your own Atma. Suhrudam Sarvabhutanam. He is the Suhrit means he is the Atma, he is the very self of everybody. So you don't imagine you don't see that truth is something other than you. It is very much you. You and the truth are not separate. Your very real nature is the truth. You discover that, stand as that Atma. Jnatva mam shanti mrityachi. As you discover that this anatma gets falsified, you stand as that non-dual Atma. Shanti mrithyati. He attains the complete peace and happiness. Shanti mrithyati. So as a result of nididhyasana, it culminates in your being, discovering yourself as Brahman. This is what the last shloka of the 5th chapter says. Then 6th chapter has to begin. Okay. Atita Anantara Dhyayante. We have already done 1 hour 15 minutes. I think we'll take rest for today, because my next talk will be there. Today I've got 4 talks here. So otherwise I need little rest for my throat. We'll start the 6th tomorrow. Okay.